3, 2, and we could talk our shit, but
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, so I was like, I might just hold that one, man. Just hold that one in the chamber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was gonna edit it and clip it up and shit, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm gonna wait. That's too good to like give up right now.
Because
Like,
it
I
was
want to
fire.
probably
It
do
was,
it like
yeah,
the
it was
week
so fire.
before the season starts and shit like that. Then I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? And do it. Oh, then Alan asked for the link. Shit, my bad, OG. But, man, you got 2 people in here. What's going on, man? We got 2 people in here. Let me go ahead and do what I need to do for this shit, man. We got the young boy up in here, Mari, man. What's going on, Bear Nation? What's going on, man?
Bear down, bear down, bear down.
Let me go ahead and start sharing this shit. But other than that, man, I got my little drinky drink, man. Hanging out. You know.
I got mine. I got twisted tea.
You got a twisted tea?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, man. Let me see who let me see who's available right now. Let me see. Cream. NFL updated. Khalees Football follows me. You ever heard of that company?
Say it again.
Kalshi, they follow me.
Kalshi? It's like
yeah, they follow me. So I'm trying to work it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to work it.
That's the gambling website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So trying to see what that do.
Man, I hope the other White Sox winning. Still.
Shit, they might be. I know the Cubs won.
We won. We beat the Phillies.
They're y'all division too, ain't they?
Yeah, I think they in same league or whatever.
Conference.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not in the same division.
Tyreek Stevenson is in the building.
My arch nemesis.
What's up, Mars? What's up, big dog?
What's up,
man?
OG?
Chilling like a villain, man.
Ain't shit going on, man. We gonna talk a little ball, man. You know, other than that, man, you know what it is, big dog. I'm like, I gotta hear what OG got to say about this shit. Cause I know me and Marvin, we probably talk a lot about this shit on TikTok, but I'm like, we got to get what the OG got to say about it. Other than that, ain't shit going on. How your day going, OG? What's going on, man?
Oh man, chilling, man. Just enjoying this and enjoying the pretty sun and all that stuff, man. So, good day, man.
Yeah, it's perfect in Chicago right now. I thought it was a little hotter when I stepped out my back porch, but when I went down the steps and shit, it was actually kind of like a very like 75, 80. It was nice little breeze with the heat. You know, that's the best shit in the world.
Right.
So, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. What up, C? Hold on, CJ. CJ.
I'm good, brother.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's up, C?
What's going on?
What's up with you, man? What's going down in Atlanta, man? What's going down in the A? What's going on with you, C?
What's up, fellas? What's going on? What's my on here? Y'all hear me?
Chill. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we can.
We chilling like villains, man.
Yeah, ain't nothing too much going on, man. I'm just all just doing work for the thumbnails. for the podcast and everything today. I've just been chilling.
Yeah. Shout out to the 8 people that's pulling up right now, man. What's going on, man? We're going to get to the stadium talk in a minute, man, but I just want to see how everybody doing today, man, and, you know, how y'all feeling about the stadium, man? Is it about time? Did you want the stadium to stay in Chicago, Illinois? Do it matter to you? You know, we're going to break it all down, man, and just get all of our opinions on how much the stadium means to each person, you know, what we think or how it could have stayed, you know what I'm saying? What could have possibly been right for us to stay in Illinois, stay in Chicago, you know, things of that nature. You know, when you come on the CNG podcast, we try to give you guys the most thorough podcast or episode that we can give you when you guys are here with us. So that's what we pride ourselves on, being thorough, you know what I mean? And that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna talk about it, try to hit every point to every fan. The fans that wanted to stay in Chicago, stay in Illinois, the fans that couldn't wait to leave Illinois to go to a different place. We're gonna hit on all those things, man. So, and I got the chefs in the kitchen to cook with me. So with that being said, man, we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna get to it. Man, OG, man, I'm gonna kick it off with you, man. Like, this has been a long, ongoing thing, like for a very long time, man. Like just a long period of time. And we were paying rent in Soldier Field. You know what I'm saying? They redid it in 2002. We're one of the only franchises that pay rent. We don't own our stadium. And this is a process, man. Like, in order for things to change, sometimes change isn't an easy thing. It's just not an easy process. Whether that's a personal change, you know, a relationship changes, anything, especially something that's been a certain way for a very long time. It's like you got to get down in the deep of the roots of a tree, and you get, or you know, and it's in the pipes and it's messing up. You got to get down in there to get rid of all that shit that's up under there to unroot the roots to get to the healthy part and move on. So, just what's your thoughts to this whole situation right now, man? With the way that the stadium is advancing to Hammond, Indiana, it's still a chance, but they pushed all their chips in, OG. They let their chips in and say, we ain't playing with y'all no more. We ain't playing with y'all no more, man. We gonna push all our chips in the front of the table. Y'all decide what y'all want to do. We'll get back to y'all type shit. So what's your thoughts on this situation, Alan?
Well, we all know that the NFL owners put a lot of pressure on the Bears. That meeting they had about a couple of weeks ago pushed this into another direction, like full time. So I believe it was a necessary evil that needed to be happen. You know, it needed to happen for this transition because, I mean, I understand staying loyal to the soil, but in this case, the Bears is the second, third largest market in the NFL. So that market has to be secured because of ownership, value, especially, and viewership. So the viewership in that area is third or fourth largest in America. It just depends on the networks and things like that. So I think the Bears are positioning to probably get their own network. That's what I would think they would do. Is process the money that they save is get their own network, kind of like the Lakers did with sports at Los Angeles. So they need to figure out this calm type of thing, man, like this I would say this new way of media. So with that being said, man, the Bears needed this push. And I think the family, George Hallis and the elder that just passed away, they were loyal to their beliefs and keeping it in Chicago. But the winds have turned. The winds have pushed the Bears to Hammond, Indiana. I wouldn't even look back in Chicago. I mean, we'll holler at y'all if y'all wanna invest in the Arlington project. We down. You know, get Northwestern on board. We can make a little complex in Arlington, but other than that, we ain't got shit to talk about, man. Like Marlo say, price of the brick going up, man. So we done with this shit, you know. So we need to go ahead and move on to Hammonds, man, and call it a day, man. So I'm proud of the move. It's a great business move. I mean, Hammonds is barely fronting all the money, so it's win-win for the Bears, you know. And I don't think the fans will be that upset. Cause like you were telling me, it's not that far of a drive. So, I mean, and then the parking and the headache of driving to the stadium as it was presently constructed, it was necessary, man. So, hey, man, we'll see what happens, man. There's nothing wrong with being new, man. Long as it's positive.
I love it, man. I love it, man. So, we got OC back up in here. So Mari, man, you saying and well said about OG, man. It's just time for a change, man. It's just we got to be billionaires, bro. We got to roll with the punches, Mari. You know, we got the first black. Well, not the first black. We got the first Bears quarterback on the cover of Madden. You know, we got Kevin Warren. You know, we got Ryan Poles. We got everything working in our favor, man. So I just think that it on an energy standpoint, Mari, it's kind of like when the energy's speaking to you and everything is going your way as far as luck or however you want to call it. You got to keep that momentum going. You got to keep the momentum going and end the generational curses of, you know, Mari, of a neglectful, probably Virginia McCaskey made mistakes. You know, Ted Phillips probably made some mistakes and things of that nature. Here we are, you know, 50, however many years later, whatever the case may be, you just got to end it, Marvin. So just what are your thoughts on this whole situation in general, man? Since this news is dropped that they're, you know, they're planning to move to Indiana, man. If Illinois don't bring them what they want to hear.
I want to preface this by saying I have a bachelor's degree in political science, and I'm minored in history, right? So to say the least, that I can smell bullshit from a mile away. I won't believe that the Bears are breaking ground in Indiana until they actually do, because even in that statement that Kevin Warren put out, the Chicago Bears put out, is that they haven't even examined sites in Hammond yet to put a stadium. I feel like this is like another attempt to like stronghold public opinion and Illinois government to forcing Illinois to fund another stadium. And my thought process in regards to Illinois and this whole stadium thing is that I understand Governor J.B. Pritzker and the mayor of Chicago in regards to like the stadium, because Chicagoans in the residents of the state of Illinois have been paying off that bill for the stadium project in 2003 with Soldier Field, and they're still $500 million in debt because of that. You know what I'm saying? And so with that whole like thought process, I wouldn't feel comfortable increasing the tax load of not only paying off Soldier Field, but also paying for another stadium that the Bears are trying to do, whether it be in Arlington or another area of Chicago. I think that Governor Pritzker has tried to compromise. I don't think that he's maybe like the best wordsmith or whatever in regards to like his communication to the public, but I can understand the sentiment of like trying to compromise with the Bears, because you can't put all that burden on taxpayers. And even with the whole stadium project in Indiana, and their government saying that they're going to front the bill and like just give the Bears whatever they want, the state of Indiana is still paying off Lucas Oil Stadium. You know, I think that stadium is even like, because it's relatively newer than like Soldier Field too, like they're still like almost $1 billion in debt because of that. And it's an election year too. So I don't even think it's viable and realistic that the Bears can even break ground in Indiana, and those same people that are like for the front of this bill for the Chicago Bears is gonna vote those same people in, because that's a lot of money that you're putting on taxpayers, especially in this economy that we live in now. I don't share sympathies with like billionaires and $1 billion corporations. And my issue is with the ownership of the Bears, because it'd be one thing if like I love the 2025 season, but that was one season out of how many years of putting terrible products on the field year after year after year. You get what I'm saying? Since 1985. And then now, once we like finally get everything together from head coach to quarterback to GM and the roster's looking nice, now you want to move and just say, forget the city of Chicago and just move and cut tail to Indiana. I find that to be BS. I believe that if George McCaskey is really a billionaire and really can put his money where his mouth is, if he can afford to build his stadium, he can afford to take on more of the cost. And I believe he can meet Illinois in the middle. I understand Kevin Warren's job. I respect Kevin Warren, especially black man to another black man. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be a compromise, because I'm, as a person that has family that still stays in Chicago, and someone that once I'm done with my graduate studies, wants to move back to Chicago, I don't want to be paying the bill for the new Bears Stadium and Soldier Field for the rest of my life.
Get a fan base, I believe, because they have a solid team or whatever. But the thing about it, the bigger scheme of things, we got what we needed in a new stadium. This, as I'm looking at it, I don't think the Bears can do it by themselves because they don't have the liquid assets to move the needle. They need help. So you got to reach out to another owner. I need you. Let's get it done. Make it sweet to them. Make it sound good to them. But this is where you got to have businessmen talking business and not kids talking over grown men business. We got kids in the locker room. We got kids in our ownership group talking crazy. And they're not talking like grown men in business or deals. We should have been ran circles around the Chicago leadership to get this done by now. But it comes down to the scratch. We don't have enough money to do it. That Arlington deal did not work out. Now you need to figure out, how do I get the city to invest into the Arlington project? Get the damn horses back out there, open it back up, do something with it where it take care of itself. And it brings money where you're getting 60-70% of the profit. Now you can start building another lake of revenue. But this family is just not creative financially. And they'll sit on this shit till they end up getting moved out. And I'm telling you, in 3 years, if this shit don't get done, this team will be sold. I promise you that. Because they're not going to wait for the McCaskey thing.
So they definitely got to adapt. I'm not going to sit.
You got to be able to see the future and get past the feeling. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be able to. And just in general, like, you're not going to get 100% people on your side. You have to think 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, to where not only are you putting your family legacy in a better spot, but you're putting the players and the fans that's going to be coming along as this situation gets to Hammond, Indiana, if they actually go through it. Then everybody gets comfortable with what's new. You know what I mean? If you can adjust to toxic situations where you're losing, toxic situations where your coaches are bad, and you cheering for that, and you saying we might get a quarterback in Justin Fields, and we might have a good coach in the Coach Nagy. How come you can't get Hammond, Indiana a chance with a brand new stadium, man? But you so used to stop this shit over here. You don't want to let that go. That's a problem mentally. And in order for a fan base to grow with an organization like the Chicago Bears, the ownership has to do a move like this to show that we've grown, so your fan base can continue to grow with you in a manner of positivity, so you can show them something different. This is how it's ran now. We're billionaires. We don't wait on nobody no more. You know what I'm saying? So we got David right here.
Dramatic. JB Pritzker going on the podium and saying, well, I'm strangling the billionaires while also being a billionaire himself. And George McCaskey and the Chicago Bears family being like, well, we're just going to pack our bags and move to Indiana, wink, wink. Because also, I want to touch on this for everybody that is watching this in Chicago Bears fan. They haven't even looked at sites. They haven't even analyzed Hammond, Indiana. They said that's in the statement. They have not at all looked at a single site. They haven't done a traffic survey. They haven't did an environmental survey. They haven't even went down there to be like, well, I want to put it right there at all. They're just saying this because it's another tactic to like, okay, well, we're going to turn on this drama for a little bit of month. We got the NFL to come down and say they met with us and talked about our stadium and whatnot, just so we can scare the state of Illinois and pressure the state of Indiana to giving us whatever we want. I just want a good product on the field, whether that be just the stadium or the players themselves. I want consistency. Now, it'd be different if, like, the Bears these next couple of years win a couple Super Bowls. I think the state of Illinois would be like, well, of course, we'll give you a little bit more funding. I view the state of Illinois like that. Maybe I'm young and a little bit naive to this, you know what I'm saying? You guys can educate me a little bit. But I feel like any state, if they have a $1 billion corporation that is increasing its profit value year in and year out by winning and winning and winning, you would invest in that, because that just means that there's more money and more profit being ran in for your citizens. But you can't just go 11-6 and win one playoff game and then turn around and be like, oh yeah, we're the belle of the ball. You need us here. I just don't understand that. I don't see that.
So CJ, so when you went up, so when I put the video up of Pritzker saying, I don't want to spend billions of tax dollars money on a stadium. Now, mind you, this man is a person that's a billionaire himself. And guess what his family is? These are probably the third or fourth richest family in America. The Hyatt family. They make their fortune off of what, CJ? Taxes. On hotels. Taxes on parking. Taxes on food. Taxes to live in a room when you fly up in here. So you're being somewhat hypocritical to me. Because the one thing that, even though a lot of people probably don't agree, a lot of people agree, the one thing we pay taxes on is a stadium, and you're going to sit here and tell people you don't want to get the money up to do it. The one thing everybody loves is Chicago, but you don't want to give up the money for that. But you're a billionaire, you got hotels, you own all this shit out here. TJ, what's your thoughts on that, bro? What's your thoughts on that?
Hey, man, that's how the rich folks stay richer. That's how the rich folks stay richer, man. They don't want to pay nothing. They want to be cheap with everything. You know, it was funny. Actually, heard I was listening to a rich folk conversation one time when I was a kid, and I heard them say food stamps, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because you would never think that would come out of a rich person's mouth. So that taught me right then and there, that's how they're gonna stay rich. They actually think about, you know, the food stamps and the taxes or whatever. They think about all this stuff, how they keep the money in their pocket. We know how rich people think, you know. So it don't surprise me that person would say that. It really don't.
Yeah. And we got David on the with a comment right here. Said a final bluff to get Illinois to call another emergency session. It's up to presidents enough to call the legislators back in Springfield. They did the same tactic when they built their stadium. You can call it a bluff all you want to, and I don't know if it's a bluff when somebody goes up to a boardroom and votes. The board members voted. You know what I mean? They voted to advance it. Anything could change. You know what I mean? But once they do something like that, OG, where they sit there and vote. Me, you, Maury, CJ, Brady, whoever, and we finna vote tonight, man, because it's a PR thing. You know, we don't want this thing to flip on us like we're the ones that's being, you know, unreasonable. We're the ones that's being, you know, not fair, because it could flip on you, and then you can, you know, it's all about the perception and you're judged by the court of public opinion. You know what I mean? So you have to get ahead of that. Not only that, you have to get ahead of the situation, and you have to get a stadium. So the fact that the leverage is being built to go to Hammond, the fact that Kevin Warren put themselves in position with Kevin and all them and George, that the media perception of what they're trying to do is flipping on Illinois. All the pressure is on Illinois right now. It's not on Kevin. It's not on George, man. It's not on Kevin. It's not on George. You know what I'm saying? So, OG, man, just what's your thoughts on saving face when you're George McCaskey and moving how they're moving right now, man, and you know, and things of that nature.
Hey, I'm gonna say this to everybody, man. It's time to make a move. Like I said, the NFL came up there, man. I look at the NFL in a funny way. Just using them as a metaphor right now. They're a big worm riding in the ice cream truck right now. You know what I'm saying?
He said that big worm in the ice cream truck.
Right, and it's time. Like, I need my money smoking.
What you want, fat boy?
Yeah, I need my money smoking. And bears are smoking right now.
Right.
So it's time for them to make a move and get this done, man, because the NFL needs more from the Bears. That, like I said, the envelope ain't the same as the other team.
You shouldn't be able to fold this envelope, man. Y'all fold it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and them big boys, man, them goons up there in them hallways, they came up there. That is not I don't believe that's a tactic. They don't normally meet on the humbug. Like they have winter meetings and they have ownership meetings like early in the spring. They came up here on the humbug like all 15, all 28 owners. Yeah.
Look, hey, what do you say? What do you say, OG? Walk in your trap, take over your trap. Walk in your trap, take over your trap.
Hey, them boys showed up to go, look, man, what we doing here? So the pressure is definitely on the Bears to make a move, man, because the spotlight is on them. Kevin and McCaskey, that the spotlight is on them. It don't matter who else is in this movie. They are the stars in this movie as we're concerned. So get this done, make this happen, and ignore the noise and get it done, dog. It can happen. I just think they lack creativity, and I don't think Kevin Warren don't know how to do partnerships. I believe if the McCaskey said, Kevin, we're gonna stay out the way, just give us a report. I believe this should have been done by now. I believe in my heart Kevin Warren would have had this done. If he had full autonomy to this deal, I think he would have had this done by now. We're going to do whatever you say, Kevin, whatever you feel like we need to do. I believe this deal would have been done by now. We've been sticking something in the ground this year, like he said before. So I believe the McCaskeys are holding on to the loyalty, and I understand, but Kevin's got to be the bad guy and take more and more from George. I need more, George. We got to get out of this. I don't want to talk to these NFL owners anymore. Right. I don't need them calling us until we need to drop our payment. I'm tired of talking to them. We got to get this done, man, because it's a serious thing, man, because those guys are strong enough to move your ass out the way. Well, all they got to do is get 16, 17 votes, y'all. If we want the taxes out of there, they're out of there. 17 people, all they need to do is say, bye. No more waiting. No more Mr. Nice Guy. We are voting you out. That's how simple it'll be. 17 yays and nays. That's it. So we got to get this shit done, man. And Kevin needs more autonomy to make moves. You're going to have to stretch your arms and tentacles to other organizations in the NFL. We as Chicagoans, I know you guys in Chicago, I know you have this thing going on like we don't need nobody. New York needed somebody, and they're a bigger market. Los Angeles needed somebody, and they're a bigger market. Guess what? Chicago needs somebody, it's a bigger market. You know what I'm saying? We need two teams up in here, man. And that's just what it is. The citizens should not have to pay for this shit. If I got two billionaires, we should better cultivate this shit, man. We give you the land, go work. Old school feudalism. We give you the land, go work. A baron in the damn serve. So let's do it, man. Like, get this shit done, man. Like, we don't need the people for these. Two billionaires should better make this work and get this off the ground. And that's just what it called for, because we are not, this family is not constructed to do all this financially.
They're not.
You know, they're not. It's just what it is, man. So at this stage, let's move on. Or we just sell to a tech guy and they'll get it done 5-6 years from now. Because it's going to be one of the two. If they don't get the stadium done, George is getting out of here. The whole family's going to pack up and get a check in 2 or 3 years. That's what's going to happen. So if he know what I know, give Kevin the floor, more autonomy, and get out the way. Go play golf, drink your Arnold Palmers on the beach, and move out the way and let that man do his job, man.
Like what's some things called them fake pop soda they be drinking, them spritz?
Yeah.
With them
tie the sweater around your neck, man.
No, not no cold water, no, the little fake little what's them pop that don't got no sugar in there and shit like that. The carbonated joint. Drinking that shit at a cookout.
Yeah, man, go sit down somewhere,
Liqueur.
Who?
It's like liqueur or LaCroix or something.
Yeah, liqueur. Yeah, they over there. Yeah, go over there, sit your ass down and drink liqueur.
I'm a little bit bougie, guys. I'm a little bit bougie. I'm from the South Side, but I'm a little bit bougie.
Yeah. Get your little cigar and go sit down somewhere, man.
Go get your cheese toast sandwich and sit down some motherfucking way, man.
Yeah, man. Let Kevin do his job.
You let Kev go ahead and just do what he got to do, big dog. Because you ain't. One come from probably the ground up. Now you think about it, Kevin, black man. Yeah. You got to get everything, and you got to get going into some shit that's not as educated as somebody that came up in the trenches that really understand this shit. So great point by OG for pretty much putting that out there. You and Nepo, baby, man. I'm a trench baby, man. We ain't the same, but we in the same place at the same time. So it's two different things, my boy. So let Kevin get the full autonomy. But Maury, man, to give us your final thoughts on this, man. This is another Smoke Fest, man. You know how we do. We got 51 people coming in. We weren't going to spend a lot of time on this, but it was something that we had to talk about. So I'm like, fellas, y'all want to pod up, talk about the stadium, advancing in Hammond, man. So, you know, that's what we do, man. We got 4 chefs in here right now, CJ, Maury, and Alan. You know, we come with the heat, man. So I hope you guys that enjoyed the show right now. Home and Device pulled up. Shout out to Devine, she pulled up. Audrey pulled up. Dinah Liv, Dave. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody. Jerome Munoz pulled up. Bill from Facebook pulled up. So, you know, it's the off season, man. You know what I mean? So, but, you know, the grind don't stop, man. So, Maury, what's your final thought, bro?
The fight song for the Chicago Bears. Bear down, Chicago Bears. We know the song. One of the part of that song that harps on it the most is that you're the pride and joy of Illinois. You can't be the pride and joy of Illinois in Hammond, Indiana. I believe that this billionaire here, George McCaskey, that if you cannot and if you are not fit enough to be an owner, then please sell the team. For the betterment of the team itself, for the betterment of the fans in Chicago, and for the overall state of Illinois, please just sell the team, because you sullied the stadium project in 2003 that the state of Illinois is still paying off. Not the state government, but the people of Illinois is still paying off now. You know what I'm saying? I'm deeply upset about this. But the last thing I want to touch on is, since my guy O.G. Allen went a little historical with the feudalism, what this reminds me of is like a sports version of a Cold War. It's a lot of blood going on. There's a lot of threats. There's a lot of, I'm going to move my missiles here. I'm going to have troops here. But no, I'm going to put it here. But I'm going to say there's nothing wrong in XYZ. I believe that this is a flaw. Because, again, to our points that I made on before, if you haven't even, that's like saying you're going to move into a house, but you haven't scheduled a visit, you haven't contacted the realtor, you haven't set up any appointments to examine the house or any way, such a form. You're just saying, well, I'm gonna move there. That it's not real. It's not real until I see them actually say, yeah, we took a geographical study, we did an environmental study, we did a traffic study, we told the state of Indiana we need these roadways and stuff like that, and they're starting the construction on them. Then I'll believe and accept the fact that they're going to Hammond, Indiana, and pray that bad juju and bad luck doesn't come off on the Chicago Bears. But until then, I just think this is another tactic, billionaires trying to stronghold the people of Chicago and strangle us for more money, in which we already paid money in taxes for last time I was
grocery bags.
grocery bag tax. I think they tried to
sugar tax. It was a sugar tax.
Yeah, this is just another attempt to take more money out of the people and citizens of Illinois, and that's something that I don't stand for. Pay for your own damn stadium.
Love it, man. I love it, Maury. I love it. Good point. So, CJ, what's your final thoughts, man? What you got for us, big dog?
It's like I told y'all before. I'm not against that movie. You gotta do what's better for the team. Hopefully, all the fans will understand that. You know, if the team moves to Hampton, Indiana, so you know, we just gotta think like more business people. I know the fans are passionate. They weigh their heart on this. Excuse me, y'all. They weigh their heart on it. You know, their heart on their sleeve or whatever. But they gotta do what's best for the team. You know, you got a quarterback in there, and Caleb Williams. Of course, he's gonna bring more fans. You go watch the Bears. You know, of course, he's on the cover of Madden. Everybody knows that. You know, so you kind of see they're probably being pushed right now. You know, so I think the Bears gotta get ahead of that curve and keep it going with the stadium. You know, keep it going with the new fans. Of course. And stadium being in Hampton, Indiana, it's going to bring them more business. It's going to bring the city more money. You know, so everybody understands that. You know, so the Bears got to keep staying ahead of the curve. You don't want to be that old franchise where all the other franchises are getting all the breaks, all the money. You know, you don't want to be that old franchise still sitting back, waiting on your turn. You got to take them in the eye in the top. So that's what George McCaskey and those guys are gonna have to do.
Man, well said, man. Just great points all around, man. It's like, we live in the world, man. Intelligent people know that multiple things can be true. The fact that Alan was saying that this thing don't get done, you can be voted out 17 years, man. That's all they need to get you up out of here. And you got Maury coming in saying that, hey, man, you guys are billionaires, 2 billionaires to get this done. And, people shouldn't be paying for this. I totally agree. Then you got C saying it's time to move on. If you got to move to Hammond, the money be there. The play, it's good for profit. And I'm on the fence and what I stand on is that, you have to be able to adapt to change. You have to be able to adapt to new concepts. You can't be stubborn in something like this. It's billions of dollars at stake. These are people's lives at stake. These are people's careers at stake. And you have to move with that with delicacy. You have to move with that with urgency, and you have to move that with ferocity. You have to be fierce. You have to be strong in your decision making. You have to be able to stand on what you're saying and stand on that this is what we're going to do. And I think the fact that, just from my perspective, or my final thoughts, is that they're tired of dealing with Illinois. They're tired of dealing with bad politics, the governors and Richard Daley, and now you got Brandon Johnson and you got Brisker now. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying all these people are bad people, but at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for the franchise. Despite what anybody feels, none of us are the owners of the team. We're spectators. We're fans. Maury said that he's going to be a billionaire whether he's go 5-12, and I'm going to be G Walker whether they win a Super Bowl at 12-4, 13-4. That doesn't change my life either. I am who I am. But in the middle of this is the people have to understand that whatever decisions are going to be made, the decisions are going to be made. And that's all I can really say. So this has been a fire show, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. This is what we do over here. We give you analysis, man. We give you great takes. We give you counterpoints. We give you humor. We give you realness. You know what I mean? So these guys I've been doing this with for almost 4 years, 4 seasons. Me, CJ, along with Alan. And we got the young guys coming along, Maury, man, that know his shit, man. When he come up here, he gonna cook, man. So enjoy him, man. He's got a bright future in this podcast. I think he has a bright future in his personal career. That's why I've been recruiting him on TikTok, because I need him on here. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing, man, because he's one of those voices in the community that you guys got to hear. He's one of those, man. I don't just pick anybody to come up on this platform and come talk ball with us, man. So welcome to the podcast, man. I'm G Walker, the CNG Podcast. That's CJ from the CNG Podcast. That's Maury. OG had to get up out of here. Something happened, but we don't know when we'll be back again, man. But we will be back with another fire show. We don't like to waste people's time. We want to enjoy time with you, man. We out of here. Peace. Bear down. One love.
Bear down.